bill in the Senate, section 5. Most of the process used in the House of Representatives is used in the Senate, yet there are some critical differences. Bills are introduced by senators, and after, just like in the House, a bill is read twice and then given to the committee. Bills were called to the floor by the majority floor leader, where a less strict and almost ruleless process of debate will take place. Senators can speak on the floor for as long as they wish, unlike the 5-minute limit in the House, and there is no rule that requires the senator to speak only and directly to that bill. Although the Senate has a two-speech rule, stating that no senator can speak more than twice on the same day on a question given.
Due to the Senate having open and unlimited discussions which can influence and encourage more opinions, this can lead to senators using filibuster, an attempt to talk a bill to death. Filibuster is used as a way to stall or delay a bill so long that it can drive the Senate to finally drop or change it. If a filibuster takes the floor for too long, a senator can use time-killing motions, quorum calls, or other tactics to try to stop it. Some bills have been killed by this practice, and even the threat of it has resulted in the failure of consideration of bills and the amending of more. Although sometimes simple rules are enforced, for example, senators may not sit, lean on their desks, or walk around as they speak.
As long as you're under your own power, on your own 2 feet, then you can hold the floor theoretically as long as you can stand. It's kind of crazy how, actually, one of the last projects we do in this class is you're going to see a filibuster in a film-like action there.
Can't walk around.
Well, I mean, you have to stay within the proximity of your seat there.
In your opinion, do you think that time on the floor should be limited, like it is in the House?
Great question.
What do you think?
Well, I think it should be limited because this is kind of overdoing it. Because I know in the book it talks about a guy going up there for like
24 hours?
24 hours, and it's just overdoing it. So I think there should be a limit, some limit, like it is now.
Are you talking about Strom Thurmond with the 1957, 58 Civil Rights Act?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out of South Carolina. He was actually the longest serving guy in the Senate, in the history of the Senate. The dude stayed in there until he was like 90-something years old. For real.
Vas a ver a Mike. Filibuster.
Is there any rules or just things that the Senate does to try to beat down filibuster?
What was that?
The Senate do anything to try to stop from that happening, from people taking the floor for too long?
Right there. You perfect segue.
There you go.
Right there.
Right there
Where?
in the debate.
Oh, the rule?
The cloture rule.
Okay. Sorry.
That was an inspired question. Very good.
The culture rule. The Senate's real check on the filibuster is its culture rule. Rule 12 in the standing rules of the Senate. It was first adopted in 1917. After one of the most notable of the filibusters in Senate history, that filibuster lasted 3 weeks and took place then 2 months before the United States entered World War I on April 6, 1917. Rule 12 provides for culture, limiting debate. The rule is not in regular continuing force. It can be brought into play only by a special procedure. Invoking the rule is no easy matter. So far, 400 attempts have been made, but only one-third have succeeded. Many senators hesitate to support cloture motions for two reasons: their dedication to the Senate's tradition of free debate and their practical worry that the frequent use of cloture will undercut the value of filibuster that they may someday want to use.
Although something that's not in your textbook is last year, Harry Reid, at that time the majority leader of the Senate, he did something very serious that undermined the power of the filibuster. The GOP, the Republicans, were wanting to debate more. I don't even remember what the issue was. I think it was the budget issue or sequestration, and he basically cut them off at the knees and told them they couldn't debate the issue anymore. And they said, if you do this, the time will come when the Democrats won't be in control of the Senate anymore, and we may just very well do that to you as well. So, you know, that's why they're, once you do it once, that means what? The other side, when they're in power, can come back and,
Take their own risk.
yeah, take your own medicine.
Well, don't, like, the Republicans control the House?
Now they control the Senate, but for the past 6 to 8 years, they have not. I think Harry Reid has been the majority leader of the Senate, and they've controlled everything. So now it's going to be interesting to see if the GOP tries to give a little payback to the Democrats. I'm telling you, politics is all drama.
Conference committee. Ever watched a marathon where you know that no matter how well the runner covers the first mile, he or she still has some distance to go in order to finish the race. So it is for the field. Even those that survive the long route through committees and rules and the floor in both houses still face some important steps before they can finally become law. Any measure enacted by Congress must have been passed by both houses in identical form. The conference managers are named by the
Perspective.
Presiding officers. Both the House rules restrict and conference committee to the consideration of those points in a bill on which the two houses disagree.
Only rarely does either house turn down a conference committee's work. This is not surprising for two major reasons: the powerful membership of the typical conference committee, two, the fact that its report usually comes in the midst of the rush to adjournment at the end of the congressional term or session. The conference committee stage is a most strategic step in the legislative decisions, and compromises are often made at the point.
In this picture of how a bill becomes a law, it shows how, like,
Does
the
anything
steps.
stand out to you guys on that graphic organizer right there?
I think when I looked at it, the Senate didn't have subcommittees. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anything else that would stand out to you when you look at that? Okay, certainly the president plays a role, for sure. Anything else? Chaos? Why is it so messy to pass a new law? Why do you think the founding fathers made it such a deliberative, exhaustive process to pass laws?
Well, I don't think they want any bill just to be passed. They want people to look over it, see what needs to be fixed or what needs to be added.